Manipulation and gaslighting works hand in hand. They work hand in hand. Manipulators can manipulate you with the left hand and gaslight you with the right hand. It's good that we call a spade a spade. That's for those who want the truth. When you cool down and observe the nature of a woman, you will understand that she scales and thrives by manipulation. Manipulation is the key, fact of a woman. It's a key point she uses to thrive. Yeah. Just like men uses their strengths and energy and maybe sometimes brain to craft things and so on, women uses manipulation, tricks to scale. You can imagine that somebody in this life that both of you came out to turn around to nail you, to nail it on you that it is your responsibility to feed her. And she has repeatedly sang this song, and your offspring have started believing it, that it is you that is meant to feed her. Both of you came to this world together. Huh? In fact, this same you can listen to her shouting that both of you are equal. This same her, she keeps shouting that there is equality. You can go around everywhere here, equality, gender equality. You can't hear it from a man. It is still same women gender shouting equality, equality, that they are equal, that they are equal. That's the same person who have come out to nail you, telling you that you are responsible to feed her. So what happens to her? Equal hands. What happens to her? Equal head. What happens to her? Equal strength. What happens to all of this? How come it turn around to tell you that you are responsible? It is your duty. That's because she was running away from the responsibility, that hard, struggle. She have seen that the world is not easy to strive on. She knows it's not easy. In fact, that it's not all about the brain alone. That there's a part that the strength needs. So she wants you to do what? She wants to use you to pass through that side. And then they have, campaigned this, campaign it. It has become a popular campaign. And you have bought it. You have bought the idea. You have bought the campaign. Now you believe in it. And it is your responsibility to feed her. And at the same time, you are wondering, how come this person is also telling me that she's equal with me? Does that mean that in this equality, it doesn't reach to feed herself, to strive for herself? How come? That is what they call manipulation. And manipulation is often used by weak people. Often used by weak people. People who are weak, tend to rely on manipulation and tricks to scale through. Yeah. They tend to rely on manipulation to scale through what they couldn't. A manipulator can go as far as creating a different world that looks like the original world just to, act comfortable inside it. And you would think she's actually in a different world. It's just a comfort zone to carry out her, planned tricks. It is in this world that both of us, see how men defend women, how men will stand and fight for a woman, and how most foolish men will see where a woman is maltreating a man, and immediately the man raises hand to beat the woman. All of them will rise up foolishly, which most of them have died for it. Most of them have died for it because the angry man there, who wants to, revenge for what this woman have done to her, is about to throw her revenge back, and then you fell in. And unfortunately, it took your own life because it was like a raging fire. It ravaged you. It is in this world, a world where we see with our eyes that it is women, ruling men prickishly. And that is the same world where women are shouting that this world is for men, men's world, men's world. So you now imagine and ask yourself, if this world we are seeing, me and you are seeing today this way, are for men, I wonder how women's world will look like for men. I wonder how it will look like for men when it finally becomes that women's world the way they want it. I wonder what, I'm sure a man will be scrubbing the ground, scrubbing the floor with his tongue for the woman to walk upon. If the current world we are in now is still tagged men's world. Okay, take a look at this list. Let me read it out for you so that you can ask yourself certain questions. We have first one, National Council of Women's Society, Nigerian Women Trust Fund, Women Impacting Nigeria, Women's Right Advancement and Protection Alternatives, Women in Nigeria, Voice for the Girl Child Foundation, African Child and Mother Safety Initiative, Women's Right Advancement and Protection Alternative, Nigerian Women Trust Fund, Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center, Recent Initiatives, Women's Rights Economic Empowerment Advocacy, Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, Women and Girls Health Empowerment Network, Women at Risk International Foundation, the International Federation of Women Lawyers, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Stand to End Rape Initiative, Rape is a Crime, National Human Rights Commission, Empower Her Financial Literacy Program, Guaranteed Loans for Women's Fund, guaranteed loans for women's fund, women's world banking, Nigeria for Women Project, Shared Agent Network Expansion Facilities Limited, Empower Her Financial Literacy Program, Development Bank of Nigerian Programs, Women Empowerment Program, women, women, women. And these are not all. Oh. I think they're up to how many here? 31. Right in my list here, there are about 31 different organizations for protecting women, for, advancing, developing women, and all that names. But there's something that is not here. At least one is not here. And that's what? Women decency, women morals, women who respect their husbands, women who obey their husband is not there. Women who dress modestly, organization who are against women who go about naked is not there. But all we are seeing is things about protecting the gender from rape, from harassment, from pregnancy, early pregnancy, and all that. And all of these things mentioned, all are triggered by what? A woman going naked. They are all triggered by women's indecent dresses. But none of this program is standing against indecent dressing. But they are all clamoring for gender equality, for protecting women, for financing women, for advancing women, for protection, advancement, different language. None is concerned about indecent dressing, which triggers all of these things they are trying to protect. Now, tell me the truth. If these people are actually truthful and not manipulation to make it look like women are suffering, how come they don't have one of these programs that controls women who go about naked, that controls indecent dressing? Because it is this nakedness of women that provokes men into going to even unnecessary, what do I call it? Unnecessary promises, and then leads to whatever they can do to just have a taste of this nakedness they have seen. And you know what? Without this nakedness, these men won't go for this woman just like that. And if they don't go for this woman just like that, this woman will go old. Because of what? Most of these women don't have any other thing to offer. So when you cover their body and then expect to see something they can offer, you may not see anything. So the fastest way to sell these women with their problem is run them naked. Maybe I'm sounding too raw, but you know that's the truth. The fastest way to discharge these problems is what? To run them naked. And then these men will go crazy. And they start buying them whether they are good product or not. That's what is happening. Courtesy of the government, courtesy of the women in government, courtesy of Queen Elizabeth, who crafted the law that even Nigeria is using, that even most African nations are using, that even most part of the world are using, and which that law is in favor of women. That's why it's hard to see men win in law courts against women, because they have programmed it naturally to look like a normal thing. So when you will be seeing with your two eyes something that is wrong, you can see the law going against you, against that proper thing that you have said. And yet it is called justice. Maybe that is why the usual symbol of justice in law courts are often a woman, whose eyes are tied. How many of this list up to 31? There are other ones. In fact, when you go to Nigerian banks, I don't know if there is any Nigerian bank that does not have a special fund or loan for women, especially for women. And you know one funny thing? At the end of the day, men are expected to fund women. Banks have funded women, even without criteria, even with or no their husband to come and sign. But when it comes to man, they come and ask for the wife. Do you see how they try to push everything in the power of the woman? Even when you want to travel abroad, they want to ask you as a criteria, have you married? They now, crown a married man as a responsible man. That any man that is married is now responsible. I wonder what the drunken people are doing inside the bar. I wonder how those people who are misbehaving outside, those married people who are misbehaving, I wonder how the responsibleness has left them. You see? Maybe a woman can easily travel, but a man want to travel. They want to attach this constraint, this a condition for him to see as a responsible man that he has to, be married. In other words, trying to say that if you're able to collect this trouble into your life, that is what makes you responsible. They're not talking about flushing this trouble, flushing the things that support this trouble. And yet in all of this, somebody is busy saying that this is a men's world. I wonder again, like I said, I wonder how the world will look like when it finally been formed, when it's finally been, postured in that manner which women want it to be before they can target a women's world. I wonder what will be the condition of men in that world. If men in this condition, in this world, in this present world, are being treated like this, I wonder how they'll be treated in that world. I wonder what their condition will look like. That is why I said manipulation works hand in hand with gaslighting. When they manipulate you, they gaslight you, make you look like as if you are the one that is the problem, but they are the one that is the problem. They want to channel you away from the thought that they are actually the problem. And not just that they actually, it's just in this Western world that they are the problem, because in the ancient world, women weren't a problem. They were reasonable, they were sensible, they were submissive, they were respectful. And then at the welcome of the Western world, everything turned upside down. Today, you can see the skyrocketing of the divorce rates. You can see it. That's courtesy of the Western world, courtesy of the Westernization we want to embrace. You can see it. Everywhere is now mad. Sex is now everywhere. That's what you now hear. People are no longer sensible. The only thing coming to their head is this one. You want to experience different forms of sex and all. There is nothing sensible again. How to push this world into a sensible level. Nobody's talking about that. Courtesy of the Western world.